These ghost towns look abandoned, but behind the silence lies horror, betrayal, and secrets too terrifying to imagine. Buckle up. What you're about to hear will chill you to the bone. Number 10. Centralia, USA. The town that's still burning. On the surface, Centralia looks like just another quiet, empty town. But underneath, fires have been burning non-stop since 1962. Yes, for over 60 years. This underground inferno started with a coal seam that caught fire and never went out. Streets crack open without warning. Homes collapsed into glowing pits, and the ground itself breathed smoke. The real shock: the government forcibly removed nearly every resident, but a few refused to leave. Today, a handful of people live alone in the smoldering ghost town, surrounded by toxic fumes and unseen threats. Cliffhanger. But Centralia isn't the only town where the earth itself seems cursed. Wait until you hear what's buried beneath number 9. Number 9. Pripyat, Ukraine, frozen in radioactive time. Abandoned in a matter of hours after the Chernobyl disaster, Pripyat is a time capsule of Soviet life halted in horror. Dolls still sit on kindergarten floors. Ferris wheels rust mid-spin. Food was left on dinner tables. But here's the nightmare. Radiation still lingers like an invisible predator, and mutated wildlife roam the city. Strangest of all? Paranormal investigators report hearing children laughing, lights flickering in dead buildings, and entire floors that vanish when entered. Twist ending? Some believe the radiation itself isn't the only thing keeping this city empty. Locals speak of shadows moving on their own, and a ghost population that never evacuated. Cliffhanger. But the next ghost town didn't die from disaster. It was abandoned because of a murder that was never solved. Number 8. Helltown, Ohio. The name isn't a joke. What happens when an entire town is bought out and sealed off by the government overnight? Welcome to Helltown. And no, the name isn't symbolic. Residents were forced to leave in the 1970s after the government cited plans to build a national park. That park never came. The fences stayed. And so did something else. Shocking detail. Eyewitnesses report mutated creatures, military presence, and church buildings with upside-down crosses. Some who dared enter never returned. And those who did? They weren't the same. The twist? There's no official record explaining the real reason for the evacuation. But declassified documents hint at a failed bio-experiment in the forest nearby. Cliffhanger. Think that's insane? Town number 7 was wiped off the map. Literally. And the reason was erased from history. Number 7. Varosha, Cyprus. The vacation. Paradise. That died overnight. Once a sun-soaked coastal paradise visited by celebrities, Varosha was the heartbeat of Cyprus's tourism. But in 1974, war hit, and people ran for their lives, leaving everything behind. Shops still display mannequins in 70s fashion. Beach towels still hang on hotel balconies. It's like time hit pause. But the scary part? The Turkish military fenced the city, and it remained untouched for decades, guarded by soldiers. Locals believe spirits haunt the buildings. Some say ghostly music still echoes from the abandoned nightclubs. Jaw-dropping twist? A few years ago, Varosha was quietly reopened, but visitors reported glitches in time, phones malfunctioning, watches stopping, and an overwhelming sense of déjà vu. Cliffhanger. Now, if that gave you chills, wait until you hear about the town where every resident vanished overnight, and no one knows how. Number 6. Kolmanskop, Namibia, buried by the desert, haunted by greed. Kolmanskop was once one of the richest towns in Africa, built on diamond fever. Opulent homes, casinos, and hospitals stood in the middle of the Namib desert. But once the diamonds ran out, so did the people. Now, the desert is reclaiming the town. Sand pours into rooms, swallowing bathtubs and climbing staircases. It looks dead, but tourists report footprints forming in the sand with no one around. Cameras malfunction. Whispers echo in German, though the town is empty. The twist? Locals say the greed of the diamond miners cursed the land, and the ghosts of betrayed workers still roam the sand-covered halls. Cliffhanger. But the next ghost town has a secret so dark, Even the locals refuse to speak its name aloud. Let me know when you're ready for points 5 to 1. They're even more twisted. Awesome. Let's dive into the top 5 ghost towns, where the secrets grow darker, the history more twisted, and the fear very, very real. Number 5. Hashima Island, Japan, the island of forgotten souls. At first glance, Hashima Island looks like a crumbling war base. But it was once one of the most densely populated places on Earth, home to miners extracting undersea coal for Mitsubishi. Then one day, the company left. Overnight. Here's the horror. Thousands were evacuated in hours. Now, the island stands abandoned, filled with collapsing apartment blocks, shattered classrooms, and eerie silence. The tight, towering buildings block sunlight, and some say trap spirits. But what's chilling? Locals whisper of forced labor during World War II, where people died deep underground and were buried right in the tunnels. Today, visitors claim to hear muffled screams echoing from beneath the island. Cliffhanger. But if that gave you chills, town number 4 was destroyed not by war, but by nature itself. Nature that turned deadly. Number 4. Gagnon, Canada. The city that was erased. Imagine a town so clean, so perfect, it looked like a postcard, only to be entirely erased from existence. Welcome to Gagnon, a mining town built with beauty and order. But in the 1980s, the iron ran out, and so did the people. But here's the shocking part. They didn't just abandon it, they bulldozed it. Every house, every school, every tree, until only a single runway was left behind. Even satellite images show nothing. The twist? No one knows why the city had to be erased so completely. Some believe dangerous mining chemicals seeped into the ground, creating a toxic zone that had to be buried forever. Others think the truth was more sinister, and someone wanted it covered up for good. Cliffhanger. Still with me? Because number 3 is a ghost town where the dead still get mail delivered every year. Number 3. Body, California. The curse of the stolen relic. Step into Body and it's like walking into a movie set. But this dusty Wild West town holds a deadly curse. Once a booming gold rush site, violence, murder, and betrayal ruled the streets. But here's where it gets insane. Tourists who take anything from Body, no matter how small, report car accidents, illnesses, house fires, even deaths. Many mail the stolen items back, begging the spirits for forgiveness. Want to hear something darker? Some rangers say they've seen figures in old miner outfits walking through buildings, then vanishing into walls. Cameras die. Footsteps echo on wooden floors that haven't been walked on in decades. Cliffhanger. But Body's not the only cursed town. The next one was so evil. Its residents sealed it shut with concrete. Number 2. Katychan, Russia, frozen in Soviet time. In Siberia's icy grip lies Katychan, a town built for coal workers and their families. Schools, cinemas, and homes were all perfectly functional, until an explosion killed several miners. Then came the horror. The government forced the town to shut down. Within days, it became a frozen time capsule. Today, dishes still sit in sinks. Beds are made. Snow creeps into windows. But the real terror? Locals refuse to go near it. Twist that'll haunt you. People who attempt to explore it report losing track of time, hearing lullabies in the wind, and one man even disappeared for 2 days, only to return without memory. Cliffhanger. And finally, number 1. A town so cursed, it became a forbidden zone. And it all started with a ritual gone horribly wrong. Number 1. Craco, Italy. The city. The earth tried to bury. Craco stands like a skeleton on a hill, abandoned, cracked, and eerily majestic. Built centuries ago, it was once a proud fortress town. But the land beneath it began to crumble, slowly, then all at once. But it's what came after that's terrifying. Locals believe a dark ritual performed in the medieval monastery triggered the land to turn against them. Earthquakes, landslides, and unnatural deaths followed. Residents fled. Today, no one lives there. But religious pilgrims visit, drawn to unexplained apparitions seen near the chapel. Some believe Krakow is a gateway, not to another place but to another realm. Final twist? Film crews who tried to shoot horror movies there? Cursed with endless misfortune. One director even claimed he saw his own doppelganger walking the empty streets, and then vanished. If you made it this far, you deserve a medal, or a warning. These ghost towns aren't just ruins. They're whispers from the past still echoing in our world. Tell us in the comments which one chilled you the most. And be careful what you take, even from a screen. Ready for a visual experience too? I can now create image generation prompts based on all 10 ghost towns if you want.